In Worksheet 5, we are multiplying binomials using FOIL, which stands for first, outer, inner, and last. So we're just going to be doing these multiplications, x minus 3 times x plus 2, a couple of different ways, with tiles and with the box. So let's start with tiles. And we'll come back and do FOIL last. So, and this is an x times an x, which is an x squared. Remember, we represent that with a box, okay? And then a 1 times an x is just a positive x. And a 1 times an x is just a positive x. And then a 1 times a negative, an x times a negative 1 is a negative x. And we do that 3 times. And then a negative 1 times a 1 is just a negative 1. We have 1, 2, 3, and then this row 2. 1, 2, 3. So our answer is x squared. These, we have minus 3x plus 2x. Remember, that cancels and that cancels and that cancels and that cancels. So we get a negative x. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negatives. And so that's our answer. Let's take a look at it with the box. It's the same thing. It's just we're using numbers instead of tiles. We have x times x is an x squared. And we have an x times a negative 3 is a negative 3x. And we have a 2 times an x is a 2x. And then we have 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. So we have our x squared. And then negative 3x plus positive 2x is a negative x. And then our negative 6 is just negative 6. Alright, so to do this with FOIL, remember, FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. So we're going to do the firsts, which is the x times x, so we have x squared. Then we're going to do the outers. So x times 2 is 2x. Then we're going to do the inners. So negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And then we're going to do the lasts. Negative 3 times 2, 6, and we combine these like terms, and again we get x squared minus x. Pardon me, I did do this wrong. This is a negative 6, not a positive 6, because negative 3 times 2 is negative 6, and negative 6. And we get the same answer all the way through. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the second one for you as well, and then I'll let you set up the rest of them and do. So we'll start with the box this time. So we get 2x times x, it's 2x squared, and then x times negative 1 is negative x, and then 2x times negative 2 is negative 4x, and then negative 2 times negative 1 is just positive 2. So we combine these, we go 2x squared minus 4x and minus x is minus 5x, and then plus 2. So we should get the same answer however we work it. So if we look here, we go x times an x is an x squared. We're going to do that twice. And then x times a negative 1 is a negative x. And then x times a negative 1 is a negative x. And we're going to do that 4 times. And then a negative times a negative is a positive. And then a negative times a negative is a positive. So we get the same thing. 2x squares, 5 negative x's, and 2 positive 1s. So let's do it with FOIL. So we have our firsts. X times 2x is 2x squared. Our outers, x times negative 1 is negative x. Our inners, negative 4x squared, pardon me. 2 times 2 is 4. And our lasts, negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. And when we combine these, we get 2x squared minus 5x plus 2.